Okay, good afternoon everyone. Is my voice audible to all of you? Okay, fine. Anyway, sorry for the delay. So let's start. How many of you have decided to take optional? Like obviously optional, I meant sociology optional. Many of you are not decided yet. So did you all sat in all the classes? So you already decided to take Kannada optional or anthropology? Huh? So like one last session, then you'll decide. Okay, fine. Anyway, so I know that lot of other faculties have already told why they should take their subject. So today I'm gonna tell why should you take my subject. Okay. So let's see. Anyway, my name is Pooja Prasanna. So you must have seen here and there. So I would also be probably taking your social issues classes, which has not started yet. So which batch you guys are? Batch 1 and 2. So there are 3 has already started. Okay, I did not. When the 3 started? March 6. So newcomers, fine. So 3 batches, fine. Let's see. Anyway, my name is Pooja Prasanna. So we'll see like how the class, like what is sociology, etc., etc. Anyway, so before going to why should we choose my optional, so let's just try to understand like how you should choose any of the optional. Okay, see, first and foremost thing is, please don't listen to any of the toppers. That's a trend that okay, some topper rank 1, rank 2, rank 3, somebody has gotten particular rank, so you end up taking that. That usually happens, Nandini KR, right? Nandini KR only, no? So, Nandini KR got Kannada literature, she got rank 1 in Kannada literature. Subsequently, the next year, half of the students, like more than half of the students from Karnataka ended up taking Kannada literature, and half of them changed the optional the very next year. Okay, don't do that. So, you please like choose like, do you have interest? Are you understanding this? It doesn't matter whether it's a scoring also, it does matter. I'm not saying it doesn't matter, but some amount of disturbance is always there. Speaker is still working? It's working? The sound suddenly changed. I thought the speaker is not working. Anyway, so some amount of interest has to be there in you, that can I do it or not. So let's say that you have not studied literature at all, and then okay, somebody is doing literature, so don't take literature. Or somebody, let's say you have not done biology at all, you are very, very bad in biology, or you have never taken biology, or a commerce students, don't take anthropology. Are you understanding this? First check the syllabus and check whether you have interest or not. Are you understanding this? And a bit of background is required for specific optional. For example, Kannada literature, you need to have some sort of specific interest, some specific background has to be there. If you don't know Kannada at all, then it becomes very difficult to take Kannada literature. Some optional you don't need a background, irrespective of the background you can take, and one such as sociology, political science, PubAd. Are you understanding? Anthropology, you still need a bit of biology background. If you have not taken biology, if you don't have interest, then it may become little difficult. But PubAd, Pol Science, Sociology, these are the things which you don't need a background, irrespective. Because a lot of students come and ask, ma'am, I'm coming from commerce background, coming from engineering background, so should I take or not? No, this is a very neutral subject. So for neutral subjects, you don't need a background, but for specific subject, you need a background. So check with that also. The next is syllabus. Obviously, syllabus matters because your game is to finish your UPSC exam. Are you understanding this? You are not here to do a PhD. So remember that. So interest along with syllabus is very much important. Some subject is very elaborative syllabus, very elaborative, very big syllabus is there. Just to finish in one go, like one time, some subject requires 6 months, some subject requires 1 year, like mathematics. Just mathematics minimum is 1 year, mathematics also takes 1.5 years just to do one go. Are you understanding? Sometimes geography takes 5 to 6 months just to go, do it one go, like that. So please check the syllabus, how much the syllabus is, and not just the the length of the syllabus. Also you need to check whether the syllabus has any overlapping with the GS. This is very much important because your GS GS only has a lot of other small subjects. Whether is there an overlap? Overlapping with is very important because you are giving, if you take an optional, you have to give a major chunk of your time to your optional. So let's say you have come here for 1 year or max to max 2 years. Let's not go beyond that. Okay, like if you are serious, 1 or 2 years maximum. So in that time period, you have to do GS, you have to do optional. A lot of things are there. So how you have to pick this your option which has the maximum overlap with the GS subjects. Are you understanding this? All of you, just see that, because anyway you are studying, it should be helpful for your GS also. This is pretty much important. The next is resource. See, nowadays I think we should not even talk about resources, because we have come to that era of UPSC preparation where you just sit in your place and you have a resource. Okay, but then that is only for GS. Are you understanding this? Optionals are different and GS is different. GS, you have so much of overflowing of syllabus, you just don't, resource, you don't know every other institute is coming up with a resource. We have the best material, we have the best material, like that. But then optional, it is not like that. Optional, you don't get good resources everywhere, or even if you get, there are a lot of foreign authors would be there, so you have to do with foreign authors, or many things will be there. So, but even then, at least some amount of resource you need to get. So make sure that you have enough resources. Not just that, you also need to get a good test series. Are you understanding this? Some subjects are there which, for example, like commerce or electrical engineering, these are subjects which people come and say like, ma'am, I really want to take law. A lot of people take law as their optional, but then they don't have a test series. Are you understanding this? Your bachelor, whatever you study, that's different from whatever UPSC teaches or UPSC expects. So you may say that, ma'am, I have my faculty, my college faculty is there, like he is told that he has promised me that he's gonna help me with this particular subject throughout UPSC journey. It's good that your faculty will help you out, your other faculties, but then UPSC has a different way of asking the questions, expecting the answer. So check with whether books are available, good books are available, less books are available, and also whether a test series for that particular optional is available or not. Test series is actually a game changer. It's gonna up your game. Are you understanding? Lastly, the scoring trend. This is pretty much important. See, what happens is UPSC, like always people keep complaining that if I check 2014 paper, that prelims was so easy. I can just do 2014 prelims, but 22, 23 prelims is very difficult. That's what the upcoming students, they say this, the 14 paper was so easy, 15 paper was so easy. Yeah, it was easy, it is easy for you guys, but for them it was not easy. Why it was not easy? Because resources was very less, material was very less, there was no textbooks at all. In fact, there was no art and culture textbook, so many textbooks itself was not there. Environment textbook was not there, very earlier time period. No art and culture textbook, everything you have to do it on your own. When you have to do everything on your own, automatically the question paper will be easier and evaluation will be easier. But now in one household, one person will surely come for UPSC. Have you observed that? The trend of coming into UPSC, as too many people are coming. So what happens is, one few subjects will be there, and this few subject, one person will end up clearing with that exam, will get rank 1 or something. Everybody else will take that subject. So what is happening is, so UPSC also knows this. UPSC knows how to cut down with this trend. So what they'll do, they'll make the question paper very difficult and evaluation also very difficult. Are you understanding this? So don't blindly take a subject just because somebody else is taking. Check with the scoring trend. Like, what's the scoring trend of this particular subject? You have to check with that. For example, time and again, I don't think that I'm bad mouthing some subjects, but that's a reality. UPSC reality is always kadwa truth, bitter truth. Okay, so for example, PABAD for a long, initially 2010, that time to 2010, 2012, if you see everybody used to take PABAD as their optional. Everybody, that early 2010 and all, everybody used to take PABAD. But then so many people were taking PABAD, so they started making PABAD as difficult subject. It is still not, it has still not taken over. Like PABAD is still a difficult subject. It is still difficult to clear through PABAD. Are you understanding this? They did time and again, they've done for geography. Now they're doing to a little bit for anthropology, because a lot of South Indians started taking anthropology. Anthropology is not so famous in North India. It's very famous in South, especially in Telugu belt, very famous. Next belt is Karnataka and this Maharashtra belt, too much famous. So when too many people start taking anthropology, what happened? Like now also a little bit they're restricting with anthropology. The scores are little come down, it is a little bit restrictive. So like that, what you have to do is you have to check, because you are not writing after 10 years, no, or you are not writing 10 years before. You are writing now. What's trending now, what's doing well now, that actually should matter. Are you understanding? Oh, my father had taken anthropology there, so I should also take. My brother, 5 years back, he took up a bad, so I should take. No, not like that. Are you understanding? You are writing this year, whichever is doing well, you just do. I'll also show you how to do all those things. I'll show you because I've also done, and I've bought you how to do it. But are you understanding this? So these are very important factors. Please do do it religiously. You check with all these things. See, around like 100 students are here. If none of them also take sociology, it's totally fine. But what I'm saying is, whichever subject you take, make sure that you end your UPSC journey positively with that subject. Are you understanding? That is very important. Because I'm not kidding, so many students, they end up taking some subject, second attempt they'll come to any of the faculties, a very common pattern, they'll come and say, we want to change the optional. Okay, there are so many students who change optional in third attempt. Okay, around 50% students change in second attempt, around 25% students change in the third attempt. So if you keep doing experimenting this, it becomes very difficult for you to even clear the exam. So choose one, even if you take time, you choose one, but stick to that optional as much as possible. Are you understanding this? It's a game, you have to finish the game. Okay, you have to play very thoroughly and carefully. Every step is very important step. So don't take because somebody else it's working out for them. Okay, everybody has a different game, and for your game, whichever it works out, you please take that option. Okay, so anyway, coming to sociology. So what is sociology is all about? See, it's pretty much simple subject. In fact, if you take so many optional subjects, whatever it is there, I personally believe sociology would be the simplest most subject. Why? Because these are the things which we already know, which we already encounter in our day-to-day life. Only thing is, we would be studying it as some theory. Some thinkers would have studied that, somebody has studied that, they have given a theory about it. But sociology, if we start doing it, you feel like, okay, I already know this, I already know that, I am probably that particular person altogether. Are you understanding this? So just scan your scan through the board and just see the topics, whatever it is there. This is the topic which would be covering in our syllabus also. I'm gonna go syllabus wise, that will do it. But this is the majority of the topics what we would be studying. The topics like family. Who doesn't know your family? You know what is the family, right? All of you know family. What might be the different types of family? Nuclear family, joint family. Are you understanding this? So there is family like patriarchal family, matriarchal family. What is it? What does patriarchal family means? Father is the head of the family, so he is the decision maker. Matriarch's mother is the head of the family. Are you understanding this? All of you. So you understand by what is joint family, right? All of you. Nuclear family, you understand, right? For example, patrilineal and matrilineal. What is patrilineal and matrilineal? What is patrilineal? Lineage through father is patrilineal. Lineage through mother, that is daughter will inherit the property from mother, is matrilineal. If son inherits from the father, it becomes patrilineal. Are you understanding this? So we already know these are the things, different types of family, different types of marriage, Hindu marriage. So Hindu has a different type of marriage, Muslims have different type of marriage, Christians have different type of marriage. Are you understanding this? So different people, different people has different type of marriage. That's what we would be studying probably in the family chapter. Are you understanding this? All of you, there are some people, there are some people whom you consider as family member, but they are not your family member. He's like my brother, but he's not like my actual brother. He's like my uncle, but he's not my actual uncle. Are you understanding what I'm saying? Do you have such kins? He's like my brother, but he's just my Rakhi brother. He's not my actual brother. Like my uncle, somebody like that. You consider very close to your family. You treat them as your family member. In sociology, we call them as fictive kin. Are you understanding this? We call them as fictive kin. Who are fictive kins? People who are not your blood relatives, but you consider them as relative. So did you know this concept before? You know this concept. You just did not know the word what we actually use it as. Are you understanding this? So in sociology, a lot of things, in fact many of things we already know, but we just don't know that, okay, this is what the actual word is. Again, in your family members, do you talk to everybody every day? Do they come to you let's say something is there, some controversy or some function. Does every family members come to you? No, right? Who comes? close relative. You said close relative, right? So we don't use the word close relative. We just use the word effective kin. Are you understand who are effective kins? Those kins who come to you and who will help you out, who will always be there for you. They are called as effective kin. And who might be non-effective kin? They are your relative, distant relative. Only maybe once some wedding is there, you only give them card, say like come to the wedding. If they are free, they'll come to your wedding. They'll come and judge you and go back. Okay, these would be probably your non-effective kin. But effective kin will come 3 days before. They will help you out with your wedding. They'll help you out with everything. So this becomes your effective kin. Are you understanding this? So there is actually a chapter called as family in paper 1 as well as in paper 2. These are same things like we already know. Only thing is we don't know the terminology for this. Are you understanding? Let's move on to the next topic like caste. Very important chapter. Because sociology, Indian sociology, we have to study about caste system. So who doesn't here know about caste? See, if you are not a Hindu, I'm pretty sure that you would not be knowing too much about caste. But somewhere, have you heard that some system called as caste is there among Hindus? Huh? Do you know? It's a very common topic. Even if you don't want to know about it, you will know about it. Politics, somewhere or the other way, you'll always hear about caste, right? Do you know about caste? Huh? Okay, so in like again, we'll be studying about what is caste, like who are upper caste, who are lower caste, why, like what are the, like, you know, why they are considered as upper caste, why they are considered as lower caste, what is upper caste behavior, what are lower, not behavior, like how they have to conduct, what, how do they have to eat, what lower caste, how do they eat, how do they dress, where do they live, etc, etc. Are you understanding this? In fact, you know, right, like eating conduct. For example, upper caste, will they eat non-veg? Will they eat non-veg? No, we won't eat so they won't eat non-veg. Lower caste, they won't eat? Veg. They eat veg. Simply I said and you said they won't eat veg, they eat veg. Obviously they'll eat veg. Human beings eat veg. Whether they eat non-veg or not, that's different about the different caste. Now don't tell me that, ma'am, I'm a Brahmin but I still eat. That's your Kal Brahmin. You know what is Kal Brahmin? Huh? Hybrid. Huh? That's separate. Okay, let's not talk about those things. Okay. So like that we'll be discussing about like upper caste and lower caste, like different type of varnas. You know what is how many varnas we have? Different varnas? 4. Give me the 4 varna. Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra and Panchamas. Panchamas are also called as, today what do we call Panchamas as? Dalits. Dalits are actually called as Avarna. What is Avarna means? Outside Varna. You know Avarna, right? Anything if you add front, it becomes opposite. Right? So Avarna. So who are Avarna? Somebody who is outside Varna. Who is outside the Varna? Dalits are actually outside the Varna. So again, like what is the lifestyle, what are the oppressive aspect of Dalits, etc, etc, all those things we'll be studying. Okay, so for example, as most of you are from Karnataka, anybody outside Karnataka? 1, where? 2, where? You? Andhra, oh, okay, fine. Anyway, so I'll give some Andhra example also, don't worry. Okay, so for example, in Karnataka, let's start with Karnataka because majority of them are from Karnataka. In Karnataka, especially we have this north-south divide, right? In South Karnataka, who is like the dominant caste? Who are like, you know, we have like few castes which always, you know, Lingayat is dominant in South Karnataka. Huh? Vokaliga Gaudas, specifically, there are many Gaudas, but specifically Vokaliga Gaudas are dominant. North, Lingayats are dominant. In Andhra, Reddys. Oh, full batting for Reddy here. Reddys and Naidus, Kammas, they are also dominant. Kapus are dominant. And who are these people in Haryana who are dominant? Jats are dominant. UP, Yadavs are dominant. Gujarat, Patels are dominant. Why do you think these people are dominant? Huh? Less in number, more in number. Full South Karnataka is full of Vokaligas only, majority of them. Huh? Just more in number, that's it. What else? What else makes them dominant? How do they become rich? Landlords, they were zamindars. Land makes them automatically what? Economically richer section. Are you understanding? So it doesn't matter where you are from, whether you are a Reddy, whether Andhra is Reddys, Haryana Jats, Karnataka Vokaligas, all of them are what? Are called as dominant caste. Are you understanding? We have a topic called as dominant caste which comes under this. So you know this already, like some sections are actually dominant, but you don't know that they are dominant caste. There's also something called as Sanskritized caste. Or Sanskritized caste, have you heard Sanskritization or Sanskritized caste before? In Karnataka we have a very classic example of Sanskritized caste. Who are those? Lingayats. You know the difference between Vokaligas and Lingayats? Don't tell me one eat non-veg, one don't eat non-veg. That's true. Absolutely true. But what's the difference between a Vokaliga and a Lingayat? They put Linga. I'll tell you one thing which probably most of them don't know this. Once upon a time, Vokaligas and Lingayats were same. Okay, Vokaligas and Lingayats, once upon a time they were same because both of them were Shudras. Okay, both of them were Shudras. One thing changed, one differences happened and which changed altogether, both of them completely different. One thing is Vokaligas were peasantry class, they were not zamindari class, they were peasantry class. Eventually they started owning the land. When they started owning the land, they got money, with money they got power. And they said, we are very happy with money and power, we are not going to change anything. Other hand, the Lingayats, because of the Basavarna movement and other things, so they started what? They started imitating Brahmins. They wanted higher status. Vokaligas got higher status through land and power, and Lingayats did not go through that path. Lingayats, what they started doing? They started imitating Brahmins. Whatever Brahmins were doing, they gave up on meat eating, they gave up on alcohol drinking, they started using rituals the way Brahmins do, they started wearing thread the way Brahmins wear the thread, they started imitating Brahmins completely. So what happened? Within generations, they got the same status as Brahmins. Do Lingayats now have status as Brahmin? Yes, they do have status as Brahmin. Only difference is they got upper status by imitating Brahmins. Vokaligas just became dominant just by having land. Here they did not give up on meat eating and alcohol drinking. They gave up on meat eating and alcohol drinking. But both of them are dominant in Karnataka. Are you understanding this, all of you? And Lingayats are called as Sanskritized caste. Vokaligas are called as dominant caste. Are you understanding this? So this is a part of caste system. So most of you probably knew that Lingayats, how Lingayats became Lingayats. Did you know that? If you were a Lingayat, probably you would know little bit about your own caste. If you are a Lingayat, do you know about your caste little bit? How, whatever you became, how you became? Did you know that at least you were once upon a time Shudras? No. Vokaligas today also they are Shudras only. Vokaligas today, they won't accept it because they don't want to know it, but Vokaligas are till today, they are Shudras. Lingayats were once upon a time a Shudras, but now they have rose to the level of Brahmins. Are you understanding this? So these things we would be studying under caste. Many things you know, many things we hear. In fact, in our syllabus only we talk about Lingayat. See, again, the thinker who actually studied this, he is from Mysore. As he is from Mysore, he has taken example of Vokaligas, and other example is Lingayat, as he is from Karnataka. So in the syllabus itself, we will be studying about we will be studying about Lingayats and Vokaligas a lot. Okay, so like that. Anything. Let's take one more example, like topic religion. Yes, coming to religion. So what about religion? Do you know religion? Anything about religion? Technically, the moment you are born, do you think that religion will impact you? Yes. How it will impact you? Huh? Huh? You start following the moment you born? No, I'm asking the moment you born, like actual you born, how religion comes to your life? See, you don't even know who you are. You are just a lump of body. Family? Okay, even apart from that. My name is Pooja. Can you guess my religion? See? Exactly. That's what. The moment you born, the first thing they'll do is they'll try to name you. How they will name you? Huh? As per your religion. Okay, Muslim will not keep Pooja as their name. No. Are you understanding this? Huh? So based on the religion, they'll start like, your religion will start controlling you without even you knowing that, okay, I belong to this particular religion. Everything, each and everything, what you have to do, what you are not supposed to do, what you are supposed to eat. You don't, suppose let's say maybe as a baby probably you may want non-veg, but then you have never fed non-veg if you are a Brahmin, if you are a Lingayat. Are you understanding this? Not just that they won't even feed your dog also, depending on pet. If you're born if your pet goes to Brahmin family, no non-veg. If a pet goes to Vokaliga family, full non-veg. Are you understanding this? Full batting. Okay, so basically everything is controlled by your religion. Whom to marry, how many spouses you can take, how many kids you want, what type of rituals you need to follow. Each and everything is dictated by what? By your religion. Are you understanding this? So we'll talk about like religion, what is religion, a lot of origin story of religion, how did religion actually come. Are you understanding this? So in fact, we have something called as ghost worshipping. Ghost worshipping, or ancestor worshipping. Ancestor worshipping? Bhutaradhana is ghost worshipping. What is ancestor worshipping? Pitru Paksha, Pitru Paksha? I will be studying about all those things. What is this Pitru Paksha? What do you do in Pitru Paksha? You pray to the ancestors. You pray to the dead ancestors in Pitru Paksha. That is called as ghost worshipping. Sorry, ancestor. Sorry. That's called as ancestor worshipping. Okay. So in fact, the earliest form of religion is ancestor worshipping. Are you understanding this? And also a lot of theories are there. Like why did we start praying to ancestors? Like out of randomly we start praying to ancestors? Like why do you think a primitive man, you understand by primitive man? Who is a primitive man? Very earliest type of man, okay, before civilization. Okay, so why do you think man started praying to ancestors? If you hear the sociological version of it, you probably laugh about it.
Because they gave life.
They gave life? Okay. They have knowledge? You will not guess it, but if I tell this 100% you will laugh. Not to forget them? Okay. Some extent. Huh? They are the reason why we are here? Okay. We might become ghost. There is some sociological theory of it. Why we might have started with ancestor, worshipping. So whenever we have to go to understand primitive man, what most of the sociologists do is they go to today's tribal land. Okay, the most tribal land, then they will ask them questions. So what they have found out, the answer is that, see, usually, obviously, if you are man, you have to do all the natural things. That means you have to get up, you have to go to sleep also, right? When you go to sleep, what will you get? You'll get your dreams. Have you observed your dreams? Whatever you think of that day, that thing will come in your dreams. Have you observed that? Yes. Today we know like why it happens, because our knowledge is very advanced knowledge. In fact, we can understand why this dream comes. If suppose it's let's say, the meaning of whenever you feel like you're falling in the dream. You know why you fall in the dream? You don't know the meanings of dreams? Now you are so advanced that we actually know the meanings of dreams. Suppose every time you keep like falling in the dream, that means your anxiety, you're having a fear of failure. You are chasing your goal, but you feel that your goal might, you might not reach the goal. That's why you keep getting like somebody's chasing you, you are falling from a cliff, you're just falling like that. That's because you're afraid of your dreams in real life. That's why you keep getting that. Okay. So, but primitive man couldn't understand all these things. So, whenever he used to go to sleep, he used to feel that I am going to a different world altogether. So, they used to believe that our soul is leaving the body. Are you understanding? Temporary soul is leaving the body. Have you observed? They say, don't wake up the sleeping baby. Don't shift the sleeping baby to other position. Don't write on sleeping. Anybody who sleeps, you should not write on the face. You know why you are not supposed to write on the face?
They say that once your soul is out, when it
comes back, it can't recognize. Soul actually goes roaming. Once it comes back, it can't recognize you. That's why you should not do anything on your face. That's why you should not shift, because it can't understand which body I am coming. Where's my body? Body I left here, but the body is not here. Are you understanding this? So like that, man used to think that whenever you sleep, your soul leaves. And also see, sometimes, let's say, sometimes you remember the dead people. your somebody, grandmother, somebody, and then maybe those days whenever you think about them so much, they are bound to come in your dreams. What they started thinking is that okay, our dead ancestors coming and they're talking to us through dreams. Are you understanding this? So they started thinking that okay, our soul lives temporarily whenever we sleep, and sort of it lives for a longer time period when we die. Are you understanding? But there is a possibility that they will come back again. Are you understanding? There is a possibility that they will come back again. So in this way we started with ancestor worshipping. Almost in every different part of world, ancestor worshipping is the very initial stage of worshipping. So now we have come all the way to what? Hinduism, Christianity, etc., etc. Are you understanding this? So like this, many theories are there, very different, how different people thought about this, why different people think of this, like that. So many different theories with respect to religion is there. And obviously religion versus science, that debate is that do we need religion, or religion is separate from science, like that, because a lot of people think that wherever religion is there, science can't be there. Do you know this? Like that. Are you understanding this? And religious knowledge, whether it is actually true knowledge or not, like that, all that such debates will be studying under religion. Anything else? Marriage, so you must be anticipating to get married, but UPSC has come in the way. So like let's stall our marriage for 3-4 years. After that anyway, like after going to Labasna, where are you planning to find? In Labasna, or you have already found? You have found? Jodhpur. Rest of you? Inside, sir. Very nice. Some is found in inside, some is found in Jodhpur, some planning to find in Labasna. Huh? Where? Somewhere. But you are planning. Somewhere, but you are planning, right? That's the thing. So we will not be discussing about where you are planning, but we'll be discussing about different type of marriage, etc., etc. Okay. Next is coming to politics. Politics, it's a very obvious part, because without politics, society is not there. So politics, what do you understand by politics? Like see, like we'll be studying about multiple different theories of politics. Power. Politics is nothing but power. Like who holds the power? Why certain people hold the power? Are you understanding? So let's just discuss one theory. See, I'm discussing just one theory. Multiple theories are there. Just let's discuss one theory. For example, some people, they believe that we are made to believe that power is with respect to everybody in democracy. Everybody has power in democracy? Book, at least say, book language. Yes. UPSC answer language you tell. You can't write, no, I don't have power. But in UPSC answer, you have to write, yes, everybody has power, because we are democracy. Because at the end, who votes? We vote. We decide who has to come to the power. In few days, Karnataka government, we will decide who will be, ruling in Karnataka, right? So we have power. That's what we tend to think. But then some people, some theories there, people actually don't have power. We are made to feel that people have power. Are you understanding this? And also people, normal common citizen cannot come to the power of politician. We just think that we have few examples when somebody from a bottom to raising all the top, very few examples. But then they just try to control us through that example, that anybody can become president, anybody can become prime minister, anybody can become chief minister. But do you really think anybody can become? No. We see, right, the nepotism in politics, not just in Bollywood. Nepotism is there in politics also, right? So Devegowda's son, Kumar Swami's son, right? So it's always there. His son is bound to come. You just wait for it. Maybe your kids will be talking about him the way we are talking about Nikhil Kumar's son. They are bound to come. Are you understanding this? It's there, it's always there. So what they say is that even if, let's say, power is changing, have you observed that? Some year BJP will have power, BJP elites will have power, other time Congress elites will have power. The power keeps on shifting around BJP and Congress. Very rarely there is a role for third party to become absolute power. Have you seen a third party becoming absolute power? It's very difficult. Are you understanding this? Though AAP is saying we are Aam Aadmi, but by the time AAP becomes power, they'll no more be Aam Aadmi. Don't become that AAP is Aam Aadmi just because by looking at Kejriwal's muffler. Okay, he is technically not that Aam Aadmi also. Are you understanding this? So what they actually talk is like how power always shifts between elite people. A common man can never raise. We are made to believe in democracy that common man can also become a prime minister or president, but technically that can't happen. There's always a nexus. Are you understanding this? So we also talk about how there's a nexus between army, politics, bureaucracy. Is there a nexus between bureaucracy and politics? No. You are becoming a you are becoming a bureaucrat. You should know that 100% there is a nexus. Any bill pass, who actually is there? Politician is there, bureaucrat is there. Some different share. Bureaucrats gets lesser share as compared to politician. You know this, that's why you are here. You know like this, that's why you are sitting here to get the training so that you can loot the country later on. Isn't it? No? See, this is not the interview board that you will say no, I am going to serve. No.
No madam, you said no madam. UPSC answers you need to say.
That's what. That is answer. Answer writing is different. Class talking is different. You can be real. You can say, ma'am, I'm here to loot. You can say that. No judgment at all. Okay. Yes, see? Yes, ma'am. That's what he said. Who said? From the back? Okay, see? So we'll be talking about how there's a nexus between bureaucrats and politicians. How there's a nexus between army and politics. Too much, which we don't see much. But there's always a nexus between army and politician. So whenever politicians need to, like whenever, have you observed, whenever there is an election, army will always indulge there. Have you observed that? Be it any election right from the independence till now. Whenever election is there, some army man has to die somewhere, and then next army has to come, Pakistan will come, Pakistan will send militants, and that's when army will go, and that's when the election totally will change. Not just now, it's happening almost every time, be it Indira Gandhi time, Rajiv Gandhi time, Nehru time, any time, and today's Modi time also. Only thing is we know about Modi time because we are adult now to know about Modi time, but that doesn't mean it was not happening before. It's happening almost everywhere, not just in India, it happens everywhere also, US, UK, anywhere. Are you understanding this? So always a nexus between army, politics and bureaucracy, and then politics and religious leader. Is there a nexus between politics and religious leader? We are from Karnataka, 100% we should know this, right? Do you remember when there was this controversy like who should become the chief minister of Karnataka? So many cars came one day to Bangalore. Who was there in the car? So many, like around 10-15 car came. Who was there in the car? Swamijis was there in the car. Who are technically Swamijis? Huh? Who are Swamijis? Who are Swamijis? They are not religious leader, man. Swamijis are not religious leader. Huh? One who would have given up on all the materialistic aspect of life. One would have started going for aesthetic life. Like I'm letting go of everything. I don't want family. I don't want money. I don't want politics. I don't want anything what normal common man wants. The one who gives up everything. Now what does Swamiji want? Only God. God, just God. Like I'm just gonna serve God. But why did so many Swamijis came? Because where are all politicians keeping their money? Where? See, Vokaligas has their own Swamiji, Lingats has their Swamiji. Every caste will have their own Swamiji. Right? Who are these Swamijis? That's where they're keeping all their money. Okay. So they also want money, they also want to keep their money. That's why, that's why so many cars came. And it is not the first time. Don't think that this is the first time. You feel it's the first time because now you are adult to know that it is the first time. It's happening since the beginning. So there's always a nexus between religious elites as well as political elites also. So like that would be studying like all this, like why things are happening the way things are happening. So in detailed manner we'll be knowing, like sometimes you'll be wondering like, yeah, this was happening but I never knew that. Okay, are you understanding this? Let's go to the next concept, class. What is class? upper class, middle class and lower class, right? So how do we divide class? On the basis of standard of living, basically income. Income is one thing. Income and wealth will makes you like decide the class. But then that if that was the case, then they would have studied in economics. But if we are sociology, right, we have to study through sociological point of view. So I'll explain one thing about like middle class. I don't know whether you're middle class or most of you might look like high class because you're coming to insights. You're paying so much of money. So I'm assuming that most of you would be upper middle class or high class? Huh? Middle class. But a middle class person can't afford insights money, no? 1 lakh and all you're paying. See, thank you so much for my answer. EMIs is technically a middle class thing. Are you understanding? Middle class has everything whatever rich class has, but not through full payment, through installment. Are you understanding? I'll explain few things about, then guess it. Whether, so most of you are agreeing that you're middle class. I'm also brought up as a middle class, still a middle class. So in my okay, I'm still a middle class, humble middle class. So let's say that my parents whenever middle class things like we like whenever a guest come, what do we do? How will we serve? Will we serve in the same steel plate? What do we do? Golden plate. That other plate, ceramic or plastic plate, which is very brand new, which your mother never allows you to eat, huh? Do you know that in every remote will never be like that. It will always come with what? Plastic cover, right? Sofa covers, whenever there's a sofa, there has to be a sofa cover also. Are you understanding this? What are these? It's a middle class thing. So, whenever we rarely go in flight, but when we go in flight, we'll make sure that we wear the best outfit. Do you wear the best outfit? Do you wear? Yes, you have to, because we don't frequently travel. We don't go in our pajamas in airport because we are middle class. Who goes in pajamas to airport? Rich class. Because they go so often. They're like, the way you go in, let's say, railway. Do you get dressed in train? No, because so often you go, let me just go however I want to. But middle class, no, airport full tip top. Best outfit, best thing, everything has to be best. That's the middle class mentality. Are you understanding this? For example, let's say that there is a wedding in your family. So there's so much of presents is there. What does your father do? Will he simply open the present? Will he let the bride or groom to open the present? Let's say any other function, housewarming function, some function is there. How they will open the present? They'll take a pen and sheet first. Okay, XYZ 500 rupees, other 600 rupees. Why do they do that? How much they'll return? Will they return like less or more? Same, but nevertheless same, exact same. 500 means 500 only. 501 rupees, sorry. That's also a middle class thing, adding extra 1 rupee. Are you understanding this? These are called as middle class mentality. We won't study the numbers like this is the income. No, that economists will be doing. We'll be studying about the mentality, like why they become middle class and etc. etc. Are you understanding? We're studying about the high class, low class. Specifically, we'll be studying more of a middle class. Okay. Moving on to gender. So yes, now what about gender? How many genders are there? 3 genders. At least in India we have 3 genders. You can't answer this as 3 elsewhere. If you go to America and if you say 3 gender, they'll outcast you. Because why in America? 7 genders. Some claim 64 gender. Yes, I don't know. How? I don't know. Some claim 64 gender. There's something called as non-gender, gender fluidity. You know what is gender fluidity? What is gender fluidity? Fluidity. What is fluid? One who moves from one place to another place, right? Same thing. Today I identify myself as complete female. Okay, I'm just giving an example. Today I'm a female, tomorrow I may feel like I'm a man. Day after tomorrow I may feel that I'm a woman again. This is nothing but gender fluidity. That thing, don't worry, we are still in India, we are writing UPSC exam. We won't be studying gender fluidity and all, but we will be studying about the 3 genders which is present, men, women and transgender. as men are mostly the privileged section according to India, so we won't be studying much about men, we would mostly be studying about women. Okay? We would be studying about mostly women. There are very less studies on transgenders, so we won't study about transgenders also. So specifically we will be studying more women. Did you understand? So women, what are the problems of women, lot of theories of women, women and religion, women and patriarchy, women and workplace, etc., etc. So all those things will be studying. Did you understand? Pretty interesting. Next come to work. So what is work here? Different type of work are there. One is like agricultural work, manufacturing sector, service sector. Okay, so capitalistic class, working class. What is capitalistic class?
Investors.
Investors, one who owns the mode of production is in capitalistic class. Who is a working class? One who works. Am I a working class? What are you saying, man? I am not a working class. How can I become a working class? Working class is a class which does like manual work. Yeah, I stand and I teach. I am also using little bit manual labor, but doesn't mean I am a manual labor class. Am I a manual labor class? No, I am not a working class. Okay, I belong to service class, but not the working class. I am giving service. Working class is mostly agricultural, industry workers will be there, no? Those will be, or construction workers will be called as working class. Okay, just because everybody works doesn't mean that they become working class. Okay, so that we will be studying about work, different type of like market, different type of industries, why such things are there, when the industries like industrialization happened, what is the impact of industrialization in industries, how one is supposed to do, how can we extract maximum output. Are you understanding this? There is something called as assembly line, not your school assembly line. You know assembly line in industries? Huh? So let's say there's a like this. So previously what used to happen is one person used to do all the work. Like if you manufacture something, it's a pot. You know starting to end, you will only do everything. You will select the mud tie, you will like whatever molding and everything, only one person is to do. But now that can't happen in industries, right? So what they started doing, they started something called as assembly line. That means let's say car manufacturing assembly. So if your job is to put nut, entire time you will only put nut. Next will go something tire, fixing the tire. His entire job is to only fix the tire. Are you understanding this? All these things will be studying, like what are the different mechanics which was adapted in industries so that maximum output can come. Are you understanding? Many such type of theories are there. We know this. We know, we have seen, we have observed. Only thing is we have never put that in the theoretical perspective. Okay. Next something like tribes. Tribes, you know tribes. Some of you might be tribes also. Scheduled tribes. So we will be studying about who are tribes, what are the problems of tribes, like what is their characteristics, etc., etc. You know about anything about tribes? Do you know something called as tribe? Huh? Who are tribes? Huh? Living in forest, but no more they are living in forest. They have assimilated into mainstream society on a greater scale. So we'll be studying about tribes also. Next, economics. Almost interrelated economic classes. All are actually interrelated. What are the different type of economy? Agricultural economy is there. Okay, and now service like industrial economy is there. So how economy has changed with the time. All that will be studying. Are you understanding this? See, the topic is pretty much same, pretty simple, things you have already known, you have discussed somewhere with your friends. All those things are very common topic. Okay, only thing is, yeah, many theories are there, many different perspectives are there. Are you understanding this? So topic like next, moving to why should you choose optional, like we are still on the orientation class, we have not started with a sociology class. So let us start with why should you choose. The first and foremost is consistency. See, I did talk about that some subjects are not scoring well, right? That nowadays PubAd is very difficult, but sociology is that subject not like many will take. It's a consistent number of people are taking optional, sociology optional. See, first is when you fill the form, that's when they'll check how many students are taking with that particular optional. When too many students take with that particular optional, that's when they'll decide that this time, not just then, like when you clear your prelims. Are you understanding? When you clear your prelims, they'll see how many are clearing with that particular subject. When too many are there, that's when they'll try to little make it difficult. Or maybe in the previous year, so many have cleared from one particular subject. Next year, they'll make sure that, okay, that many students should not clear from this subject. Like that, they'll start doing. That's not a problem in sociology. It's never less, never low. Always consistent. I don't know how, but sociology is always consistent. You check like even 10 years back, the consistency in sociology, it's very much, very much stagnant. Like same number is taking, the number of students who are clearing is also almost same. Is it a good or bad? It is actually good. Because UPSC is not eyeing on this subject. When something is consistent, UPSC will not eye. When too much of up is there, that's when UPSC will decide, let's screw this subject now. Like that. That's a UPSC thing. Okay. Next is overlapping with other subjects, too much of overlap. In fact, if any subject in optional which has highest number of overlap is sociology. No doubt about it, because we just saw the topics. Economy class and all these things are a very overlapping subject. I will also discuss how much overlap is there, where overlap is there in the next slide. Next is 100% it's going to help you in interview. 100%, because in interview they're going to expect those type of questions like, what would you do for a particular section, what would you do for this and that. And see, in sociology, like, we end up studying those sections of people. Like caste, we end up studying more of lower caste problem. Here gender, women's problem, tribes problem, religion, minority religion and their problem. Are you understanding this? So we focus more on these type of sections of people and what is their problem. So it becomes very easy for you to showcase your knowledge with respect to these things, and you'll have you'll have a overall understanding of a particular topic. Are you understanding this? Moving on with the success ratio, we'll also discuss about the success ratio. As I said, it's like easily every year if you observe, around 2 to 3 people is bound to be there in top 10. Have you observed this thing about sociology? In top 10, 2 to 3 people will always be there. 1 people easily will find in top 5. Top 5 100%, 1 top 10, 2 to 3 people will be there. Top 50 more than like let's say at least around 10 people or 5 people like that, 5 to 10 people in top 50. So very consistent, like top, there's no okay, sometimes it may be there, sometimes it may not be there. Not like that. That's what I was telling. Consistently, people get the similar, like in that particular rank bracket, consistently people are there. Consistently every year 1 person will top in first 5 or in 2 people in top 10. This is a very consistent. So success ratio is very high for what? Sociology optional. Next is analytical than factual. So what is this analytical than factual? Means no ratifying names, no ratifying the dates, no ratifying reports, no ratifying your definitions, no. You can just such things will not be there. In fact, for example, in anthropology, you have to ratify these names, especially in the biology part of anthropology, you have to ratify a lot of names. Those things will not be there. No ratification, like you just have to understand. If you understand the concept, like I just talked about dominant caste. What is dominant caste? First they became landlords. With landlords they got monetary power. With monetary power they also got political power. Did you understand what is dominant caste? If you understand, you can actually write in your own words. So it's more of understanding, less of ratification. Are you understanding this? You understand by ratification? In common language, mug up or by heart. That's very less. See, anyway you have your prelims. For prelims you have to by heart. All that history facts and so many articles and so many things. Okay, so I personally believe more of analytics should be there in your optional, because anyway you have to by heart in other subjects, isn't it? You have to by heart so much. So when wherever by heart is less, you have to that should be your priority, because anyway that you can't let go, because you have to clear prelims, and prelims a lot of things you have to by heart. Geography, lot of things are there to by heart, isn't it? The lakes, the rivers and etc. So many things are there to by heart. So this is where you get some sort of relief, because no as such by heart will be there. And lastly, availability of study material. This is something I'm commonly telling, that there are so many good study materials are there, but something exclusive for my class, I would suggest you not to buy any study material. In fact, I tell my students, don't even buy a single textbook. Don't buy textbook, don't buy anything if you become my student, because usually my mode of teaching will be through PPT. Okay, through PPT only I'll be teaching, because see, no matter how the subject is easy, but if you don't know the subject, you don't know the spellings, you don't know the hold of it. So sometimes if you keep talking, there's a possibility that you would miss a lot of things. So my PPT will be like an actual whatever. If you read a textbook and whatever the notes you make out of textbook, have you ever read a textbook? Have you ever made a notes of textbook? Do you write the whole para? Right through point wise, right? So like that, see, around 6 to 7 textbooks are there, and for paper 1 around 4 to 5 textbooks are there, for paper 2 again 4 to 5 textbooks are there, but you can't possibly read all the textbooks. Are you understanding this? If you go somewhere else, they'll probably ask you to do that, but I tell you, don't buy anything. See, some people are like, ma'am, if you don't buy textbook, then our parents will not believe that we are studying. For such people, I'll give the list. You can buy, you can keep it in your bookshelf, you just keep it. Whenever you feel like doing it, you can study. But I still suggest you, don't buy any textbook for my class, because I have already done, I'm a teacher, I have done the homework of studying 4 to 5 textbook, and I have prepared the notes. You just follow whatever I tell you to do that. Are you understanding? That is more than sufficient. In fact, at some point of time, you will say, ma'am, it's too much. Like, stop now, like you give less. That probably you may say. But my book, whatever the material I'll be giving in class, whatever I'll be discussing, that's sufficient. Are you understanding this? All of you? So yeah, but yeah, if somebody wants, as I said, lot of people are there. They simply like buying the books. Like first, fatafat, they have to go and buy the book. For such people, I'll give the list. Some 6 textbooks are there, you can buy them. For rest of the people who genuinely want to study, you just rely on my notes. Okay? So don't buy any textbook. Moving on to the score trends, I was telling, like don't read any other things, that you can do it later. So do you know, have you seen the score trends? Never? You never open UPSC website? Did you open? So UPSC always releases report. Okay, go and check the UPSC report. They'll give you the score trends. So coming here, like just check with the score trends here. So this is actually doing pretty well. Okay, see, you may say that ma'am, like 9.5, but then see, number of people who are writing, number of people who are clearing. This is also very pretty much important. Where did we go? Okay, so coming here, so sociology, this is sociology. Like I can't write here. Okay, I don't want to do that, but can you see sociology? Huh? Okay. Moving on, where is sociology? Somewhere here. Okay, just look at the number of people who are actually clearing and the success rate. It's pretty much high. It's always high because consistently that much number is there in sociology. Okay, where is sociology again? Here. See, it's always pretty much high. Are you understanding this? Somewhere sociology. Can you see? Yeah, here. Can you see? So do check. I'm not saying only check for sociology because now I have to do that only. But you can check for. I couldn't find the previous one. Just go and like the recent one. I don't know whether they've released it or not. Because of COVID, that stopped releasing this report. Just check if they have released the 2020 19. They might have 2020. They might have released. Okay, but did you understand? So did you understand with the score trend? Usually very high, very good high number of students are clearing. It's not that you have to become rank 1. If you become rank 1, it's very happy that you become rank 1. So whatever rank 1 subject need not to be your subject. What is the goal? The goal is to clear the exam. If luck is towards your side, you will get rank 1. Are you understanding this? So check how many people are actually clearing. That is very much important. If your subject is clearing more number of people, that means the subject is actually doing well. Can you see, for a longer time period, subject is actually doing well. Sociology always has a consistent in score. That's always there. Are you understanding this? All of you? Yeah. Moving on to the importance, like coming to overlap, like how much overlap is there. As I said, sociology is a subject which has highest number of overlap with any other, like as compared to other optional. First and foremost in GS1, at least do you know the syllabus of mains? You know, right? In GS1 we have social issues. So social issues is like sometimes 7 questions, sometimes they've asked 8 questions also. See, do you know other subjects of social issues? sorry, other subjects of mains, the GS1, history is there, geography is there, and you know, this is the area which is unpredictable. I understand history, sometimes they give sometimes they give post independence, sometimes they don't give, sometimes they give world history, sometimes they don't give world history. So some students don't study world history altogether because they feel like they are not giving. So other subjects in GS1 is highly unpredictable. Only thing which is predictable is your social issues. And if you're a sociology student, you don't have to study specifically for social issues because you've already, social issues is like what, 10%. You've already done 100%. So you don't have to do that 10%. Are you understanding? So this is where you'll actually be playing the game. Like if you do this 7 to 8 questions correct, then even if like something wrong happens in your history also, because history is highly unpredictable, you can't predict with history. Okay, so that's when you can somewhat manage with your GS1 overall marks. The next is paper GS2. So GS2 social justice is there. Okay, governance, yeah, governance. See, and also if you observe, we have politics, we have economy. So no matter what, we would have studied all those things. So 3 to 4 questions in GS2, 1 to 2 questions in GS3, especially with respect to economics. Okay, with respect to economics, we also study a lot of things in with respect market economy, etc., etc. We'll be studying. So those type of questions you can actually easily tackle. Next, coming to GS4, what is GS4? Ethics. So what is technically ethics? Values. It's actually a mixing pot of multiple subjects. It's a mixing pot of psychology, okay, sociology, pub-ad. It's a mixing pot, like multiple subjects are there, and if you mix that, then you get the ethics. In fact, lot of thinkers of ethics, whatever you study, so they are actually your sociological thinkers also. Okay, and sociology deals with what? The lower sections of the people, right? And ethics also deals with that. So it actually gives you a broader understanding of how to deal your ethics answer. Now coming to essay, where you know sociology is like always has an upper hand with respect to essay. If you observe essay, like you know, it may just look like some random quote, but I'll tell you one thing: most of the quotes are actually sociological thinker quote. If you are a sociologist, in time and again, they actually give Karl Marx quote. We won't understand it's a Karl Marx quote, but they do give Karl Marx quote and other subsequent thinkers quote. So, in fact, you know have you seen essay question paper? There will be 2 sections, section A and section B. Now they are making philosophical type of questions. What is this philosophical? They are not technical philosophical. They are actually sociological thinkers. People just use the word philosophical questions, but they are not philosophy. They are actually sociological thinkers quote. So directly sometimes they'll just give a thinker's quote and they'll ask you to like write. Even if not, so again, what are the essay usually? What is that essay will be concentrated on? Different societal problem, different sections of the society, and which subject is studying that? Sociology. Very easy to tackle with essay, very easy, because you have so much of content to tackle and you already know the content, you know the multiple perspectives. In fact, I personally believe of all, the winner is essay. Like 100% you will be benefited from through sociology in your essay writing. Okay, and then interview, as I talked about it, interview in generally whichever optional it will be there, they will be asking the questions on that. If not also, as we study about multiple these type people, people who who is oppressed in different time period, so we can easily tackle with that. The next is newspaper reading. See, newspaper reading also, it gives us a bit of broader understanding. Why? As I said, we are studying these things, and these are the topics which a lot of people we talk about communism and a lot of things, and people don't know what exactly communism is. Like, I'm very surprised. They use the word communism, but they don't know what is communism. What is communism? Do we have communism in India? Communist parties? Where do you see communism? Kerala. Russia. Okay, what is communism? Korea, Korea? Korea is not communist. It is? Which Korea are you talking about? South Korea is democratic, North Korea is autocratic. China is communist. Come this side of Korea, you will find China, that is communist. Yeah, what is communism? Everything should be under government, wrong. Buddhist country? You know, communism is a concept. Who gave communism concept? Karl Marx. And Karl Marx is against state. Communism is a type of like society where everybody will be considered as equal. Okay, so let's assume insights as a industry. It is an industry. There is nothing to assume. Let's assume that insights as an industry. So whatever the profit, like who's a capitalist here, Vinay sir. Okay, Vinay sir, let's assume Vinay sir is a capitalist. It's technically true also. So whatever Vinay sir is making profit. So what Karl Marx says, all the faculty should get equal share. Did you understand? Huh? You should not just pay the faculty with some amount. They are also putting time, energy, effort and everything. All the faculty should get equal share. Did you understand? All of you? This is what is communism. Let the industry, let be anything. Whosoever is indulged with that particular mode of production, everybody, that means workers should also get a equal share. That's fair share. Not equal as in everything equal, like a fair share they should get. So he says religion should not be there. So you said no, Buddhist country. He says in communism religion will not be there. When everybody is equal, you don't need religion. When everybody is equal, you don't need a state, you don't need bureaucracy, you don't need anything. The way primitive man used to be. Are you understanding? Only thing is we would be an advanced primitive man. That's it. With science, technology and other things. Are you understand? This is nothing but communism. So lot of people actually don't know these things, but yet they would be reading in newspaper. So sociology actually gives you a very broader understanding of like the words which you keep reading in your newspaper also. Okay, did you understand this? Moving on, how to score well, especially in sociology. See, first and foremost is there will be a lot of scholars, thinkers view. See, this is a very common thing you take irrespective of whichever subject you take. Every subject will have some thinkers. Political science has thinkers, pub has thinkers, sociology also has thinkers. In every answer, you need to write thinkers. Minimum of 2 thinkers at least you need to write. 2 thinkers, 2 to 3 thinkers, and for everything you need to give a facts and technical. So facts here is some sort of example. Fact is another example. Anything you say, like for example, dominant caste. When you read dominant caste, example should be Vokaligas or Reddys, etc. Sanskritized caste, Lingayats, etc. Like that. For everything you need to give a example. And coming to technical words, what is this technical words? Sanskritization is a technical word. Effective kin is a technical word. Did you understand what is technical? It simply means sociological words. Though you can write, like you can write on your own, but you have to keep mentioning the sociological words also in between, because that is what it makes the difference between a GS answer and a sociology answer. If you don't write the technical word, it becomes a GS answer. So many content are so much overlapping. In fact, for me to teach, some subject, some syllabus has to finish for you guys. Okay, like a lot of content in modern history has to finish, then only I can teach. So many times what happens is, as people will be coming from different batch, so for some people modern history may not be over. So what I do is I end up teaching with GS content. Many GS content is there, from modern history, from your polity, from your economics, lot of content. Okay. Next is interlinking of paper 1 and paper 2. Paper 1 is most of a Western society, paper 2 is of Indian society. So, but what makes a good answer is if you interlink, that is if you put some Indian examples in the paper 1 and vice versa. Are you understanding this? So, if you do that, evaluator will feel that okay, you have understood. You have understood so well that you can actually do this. Are you understanding this? Next is relating sociology with current affairs. See, again, a lot of people might have scared you, right? Too much current affairs, too much current affairs. Technically, it's not true. If you are already sitting and writing mains exam, that means you would have done the basic current affairs. You would have done basic current affairs, right? That's why you're sitting and writing exam. Okay, that much is more than sufficient. So, in current affair also, do you have to read everything? No. See, as we start reading with the sociology, like the topics I talked, class, gender, tribes. Can you, so when you read a current affair and something on caste is coming, something on women is coming, for example, there was a hijab controversy, right? Yes, this I have to remember because this is with respect to two things. One is women, other is religion. Some caste conflict, let's say, you have to remember, okay, this I might have to write. Are you understanding this? So not the entire current affair, just the things which is related. Also time and again, I'll be like, I'll be giving few materials also. Next is some quality addition. This is Yojana Kurukshetra and EPW. This again, you have to do for your mains GS. Okay, but what I usually do is, I would have done Yojana Kurukshetra and EPW. Have you done EPW? Do you know these things? What are these things? They are magazines, Yojana Kurukshetra. EPW is Economic Political Weekly. This is very, in fact, more than Yojana and Kurukshetra, EPW is important. Why it is important? Because many times EPW authors will actually set the question paper, especially sociology. Sometimes the heading of EPW, whatever that article heading will be there, no, same to same, sometimes they have asked the question. So that's why what I usually do is, 100% I know you can't do all that. So I'll give 6 monthly gist, like 2 times I'll give gist, I'll compile. 6 months once, one gist I will give, not for every subject, only sociology related topics. There are like science topic is there, so many other topics is there, but I'm not going to do that. So only sociology related topics in a year, 2 times, like twice I will give to my students. I'll give to, in fact, whoever becomes my student, I'll keep on giving for everybody. Doesn't matter, okay, my batch ends, not like that. Every students I'll keep on giving like that. So 6 months once I will give the gist. Okay, so you don't have to do it for your mains, obviously you have to do. For sociology point of view, you don't have to do. I'll give. Next, coming to, yes, this is pretty much important. See, what if, like, there's only one way to score really good, doesn't matter GS, sociology or any subject, whichever subject you take, that you have to write answers every day. Are you understanding this? You have to write answers. See, if like technically you should write 2 answers, and in that 2 answer, one should be a GS answer, one should be your mains answer. That is your optional answer. If you have enough time, if you have only one class, you can go beyond 2 answers. But I know that you'll not be having only 1 class. Eventually, you will start having 2 class, sometimes 3 class. So you won't be able to do all that. But at least write 1 mains, 1 GL, one optional that you have to do. Okay, and coming to exclusive questions, exclusive to my class, every day I'll give question, like whatever the topic we finish, soon after the topic, okay, I'll give the question. So I'll also ask the students, like we'll maintain the number also, like not random, like number 1 question means this only, number 59 means this question only, because it's not like the class ends or journey ends, not like that. Okay, even till the time your UPSC journey ends, till that you will still be my students. Are you understanding this? Any time of the day you can come and you can show me the answers that you can do. But what I suggest you is, whenever every day one question I'll be giving, if you strictly follow, easily we will be like, I usually take 100 class. Okay, usually 100 classes we need. So one day one question, maybe around 100 question 100% I'll be giving. If you do that much, it will be more than sufficient. Are you understanding this? So please try to follow this. See, one thing I've noticed I'll tell you, like first 15 days, half of the people will be excited. Okay, let's say 100 students, 50 students will write, like write, half of the students. Next in the same month, it will come down. 20% student will be excited, still they'll write. After 1 month is over, 2 to 3. After that, I'll say, please write, I want to evaluate. No, they'll not. Okay, so you guys, you don't are you writing prelims this time? 1, 2, 3. Most of you are not writing? 24. Whatever it is, okay, doesn't matter. Please don't give up on your option. Doesn't matter which optional you take. Try to finish your 1 reading of your optional should be along with your class. And then next reading, next 3 reading, after that before your mains exam. This is how it should go. Are you understanding this? So if you do this work, trust me, nobody actually can stop you from scoring well. But only thing is, students won't be doing this much also. Are you understanding? Coming to the class modalities, 4 months, like around 100 sessions we need. Okay, depending on the month, like some months have more holidays, some months may have less holiday. I may fall sick. No, I'm a human being, so sometimes I may also fall sick. Okay, but in generally easily 4 months it will go. 4 max to max, more holidays means 4.5 months, 4 months, 1 extra week, like that it will go, but usually it is 4 months. So as I said, regular answer writing will be there, everyday answer writing, and also once the one chapter is done, immediately after the chapter test will be there. This is a must in my class. Okay, but then what happens is as we go, students will be like, no ma'am, they'll end up requesting me, please ma'am don't give test, please ma'am don't give test, because we are not able to cope up. Depends, if you can cope up, every week test will be there. See, I'll always keep you guys in mind, because if I do whatever I want, the purpose is to make you guys clear exam. Okay, for last to last batch, so like not the running batch, last to last batch, so for them, like I had to take, like, you know, after test, I gave some test. Then I requested that ma'am, we need a holiday now because we want to prepare with prelims, then after that you give some test. So I'm very flexible with the test also. It's not like only during duration, after that also I don't mind giving the test, but the main goal is that you guys have to learn something. Okay, next is obviously one-to-one feedback, like I'm always there whenever you want. And next is consents and holistic material. As I said, don't buy anything. Because if you buy, you'll end up losing a lot of things. And many say, like, read Nitin Sangwan. You must have heard this a lot of times from many toppers. Nitin Sangwan. Don't even buy Nitin Sangwan. Don't even buy. If you end up buying Nitin Sangwan, max to max you can score together 180. Max to max 200. You can't go beyond 200. Are you understanding this? So don't buy anything, especially Nitin Sangwan. You can buy other things. A lot of other things are there, you buy that, because that gives you inner deeper meaning of whatever the concept you study. Nitin Sangwan is at a surface level. See, Lakshmikant, how many pages? 500 page? 400, 500? Huh? Okay, 600, let's assume 600, 700. Okay, and how much marks in May in GS it will be coming? How much marks? Polity? 120, 100, 120 is too much, 100, let's assume 100. 100 marks, 700 page. And Nitin Sangwan, not even 700, 600 page, less than 600. And what is the marks? 500 marks. 500 marks, 500 page. Can you imagine like how less the concept would be? So don't buy it. For small topic only, they are giving like 700 page. For 500 marks, if they are giving 500 page, that's not even, math is only not working out. That's why I'm telling you, don't buy. You'll narrow down so much. So that's why don't buy it. Don't buy anything. First you you just check. I'm not saying, if you want, after that also, if you feel like you want, I'm always there. I'll tell you the note list. You can do that. Okay. So anyway, coming to one small thing I have to I have to announce, and that is, see, somewhere in the month of May, like around May 15 days I'll be taking holiday, and after your exam, like in generally there will be holiday because some people would be preparing for prelims, so 10 days holiday will be there usually. So maybe I might take holiday like 20 days, 15 to 20 days in May and 10 days in June. Okay, I'm just telling you before only. I'm actually taking 20 days holiday. Are you understanding this? Yes. Usually I don't take holidays. Usually it goes in continuous 4 months. But I have a personal thing. So I can't possibly miss that personal thing. I have to be there. I have to do things. So that's it. I'm just getting married. That's it. So I can't say that I won't be there. I can't say that, I have to take class. I won't be there. That I can't do. I've tried my best. That nobody is accepting that, no, you can't be there, you have to be there. So for that reason, so 10 days probably in June, first 10 days I'll be taking holiday, and just 10 days here I'll be taking holiday. So around 20 days I'll be taking holiday. But anyway, that would be your prelims time only. Okay, so prelims time exactly it will coincide. So I'm just announcing now only because why I'm doing this is because I know students like, ma'am, why are you giving holiday? Why? Please take class, please take class, please take class. Don't do that. Let me just enjoy my wedding for few days. You understand? because these things happen. So that's why they told you tell now only. But then later on they'll be like, no, how can you do this? You promised 4 months, 15 days you gave holiday. Like, how can you do this? Please don't do that. I'm telling you beforehand only. Right to equality? Like, I have equality also, no? Equality in what sense you're telling? Like my equality? Right to freedom, right to equality? Yeah, in that sense, yeah, I understand that. Okay, so yeah, so before that, so around we'll get 40 class, okay? All the important things I will finish and then the rest of the things. Are you understanding this? All of you? This I specifically want to tell, because please don't feel sad, bother that no, please take class, don't do that. Anyway, 10 days will actually coincide. Usually 10 days holiday will be there. It will coincide with your prelim schedule only. After that, just 10 days. Okay? Any doubt? Did I convince enough to guys to take sociology optional? No, but genuinely I'm telling you that please do, like, take everything into consideration, because you have one journey. Remember that. You have one journey, and this journey, one shot, you have to make things right in one shot. Doesn't matter which subject, doesn't matter me or somebody else. Okay, I also have seen, like, what happens is sometimes a GS faculty would end up taking optional also. Many institutions this happens. So if you like, oh, I really like them, he's my favorite teacher, she's my favorite teacher, I'm 100% taking this person's optional, because if he teaches this optional so well, he or she will be teaching optional also really well. Very fine, I will laugh in the class, I will cry in their class, I will also cry there, I will also laugh there. No, don't do that. Your GS faculty would probably not even know you. Are you understanding this? Nobody knows you. GS faculty, optional faculty, nobody knows you, nobody cares about you. Only you care about yourself. Are you understanding this? And also, oh, she's taking, my crush is taking, he's taking, I'll also take, so that we can sit in the same classroom. I know it feels like laughing, but that's the reality. 100% 5 people in this class will take a subject for the sake of a faculty, 5% will take for the subject of their crush, 5% will take for the sake of topper. I'm telling you, that's a reality. You don't become that reality, like a laughing example, because somebody else will laugh at you after 2 years. He went to UPSC, he said something he will do, something she will do. He didn't do anything, he's keep on changing optional. He's only not sure what optional he has to take. Have you met people who are repeatedly changed optional? Maybe you're beginning, no? You don't know these stories, sir. Give 6 months. You will meet so many in this coffee break only. Yeah, you will meet. 100% you will meet. There are people who would have changed 4 optional also. 4 years, 4 optional. You don't become that. Are you understanding this? Take carefully, and anyway, the class is going to start from 20th. Everybody is starting little late, but as I'm taking holiday, a few days holiday, so that's why I'm little bit starting early. Okay, 10 days early I'm starting, because I'm taking a break after some time. Okay, anyway, I wish you all the best, whether you take my class, whether you don't take my class. Okay, irrespective of that, I'll always be there. Social issues, at least you have to see my face, at least there. Just 1 second, don't close your books, man. Did you? Oh, you have not even opened your books, but don't close your bag. Don't start going out, just 2 minutes. Also, anthropology has culture of various ethnicity and types. Yeah, okay, people are fighting over here whether anthropology is best. Every subject is best. Every subject is best. It's you who has to clear with that subject. The difference between pol science and sociology is that pol science has paper 2. In paper 2, IR is too much is there. If you are interested in international relationship, if you know everything about international, some people are very much interested. If you are interested, and also IR, almost till the last date of your mains exam, you have to keep a track of your current affair. Too much of current affair. If you are a person who loves current affair, you take pol science, best subject. If you love current affair, each and everything, so much, like not even your general current affair, like from the international relation perspective, you have to read the current affair. That much of current affair will be there. If you are that person, 100% that is your subject. Okay. Anthropology, again, portion is less, but too much of now don't think that anthropology is less portion. No. In fact, the problem with anthropology is that many questions now have become sociology questions. What they are doing is they want to make it difficult. How to make it difficult? They are adding sociology questions to anthropology, that overlap. There is a subject called socio-anthropology. In that socio-anthropology, they are adding sociology content, which anthropology students will not be studying. That is how they are making the anthropology little difficult. And if you are good in bio, then you can take anthropology. If you are bad in bio, you think about it one more time. PubAd, it's up to your gut. If your gut says, I will take challenge, you take PubAd. Like, no, I'm being very honest. It's a good subject, very nice subject. There is a bit of overlap between sociology and PubAd also. Weber, few concepts are overlapping is there. But then PubAd is too lengthy, like 5 to 6 months you need to finish PubAd. Geography also, if anybody likes geography, 5 to 6 months, very elaborative syllabus, 5 to 6 months easily you need. Yeah, for sociology, in one go, with class you need 4 months. After that, you just need 2.5 months. If you know the subject, if you finish, then easily like 2 months you can finish your optional second reading. So 2.5 months is maximum sufficient. Like if you just have to read it by yourself after class, it is sufficient. Okay. But yeah, you take whatever you feel like taking. When compared to sociology versus PubAd, obviously I'm going to say sociology. Social introduce various theories given by thinkers, Karl Marx, Durkheim, and we analyze the society and problems with that. Yes. See, I did not talk about thinkers and all. Like if I say Durkheim, Weber and all, you feel like she's just making noise. Let's go very slowly. Very slowly we'll go, because if we go in a good pace, you'll start loving the subject. If I tell something very extraordinary just to make sound smart and intelligent, you'll run away, which I don't want that. Are you understanding this? Oh, Weber has talked about German shell, like what are you telling, ma'am? Which language? By the way, it's German. Okay, but you won't understand that. So I'm not going to do that. And also, do you have to read any books before coming? No. Don't read any book. Don't read any NCRT. If you have enough time, read your polity or history, whichever subject. Which subject is going on now? Polity, history, art and culture. You read that. Aram se you read, aram se you enjoy, because anyway I'm going to start, no. Some people say, do we need to read NCRT? Society NCRT will be there, sociology NCRT. Do you want to read? That's up to you. If you really like reading something, you read that. But you don't have to read before coming to my class, because first 3 to 4 days I'll only be teaching basics. I'll not, first class I'll discuss about the syllabus. Second class onwards, after second class 3 to 4 days only basics, because many people don't know what exactly society is. Society, community, association, culture, values, belief, norms. These are the words which keep on we use. Okay, culture is like every chapter we talk about culture, culture, culture. Values. What is culture? You know culture? Do you know culture? We have culture. Others don't. Who don't have culture? Everybody has their own culture. Everybody. Give me example of culture. Way of life. The way we dress is a culture. The way we eat culture. The way we celebrate is culture. Okay. So all that first 3 to 4 days, just the basic concepts. Then I'll go to the actual syllabus. So it's up to you whether you want to do NCRT. Even if you don't do also, it is totally fine. You can come to class absolutely blank. Then I will, eventually anyway I will start with a fresh. Okay. Anything else you guys have doubts? See, the online students have so much of doubt. Whether the online students it's a YouTube live. Okay. So there are so many questions. You guys are not even talking. Who is this man? Like so many, the thing about online students is, they don't have to reveal their name. They will tell everything. Man ki baat, whatever they want to say, go online, type it. Right? The real gut is with your name, with your face if you tell. That's the real gut. I appreciate that. How online students will get connected with me? Same way. What other ways online students get connected? Portal. One thing is portal. And once you join optional, they'll create a Telegram group. And you clearly know how to find a person in Telegram, no? You have already found a lot of people in Telegram. Have you found? I know you would have found. I know that. So in the same way, just type my name, Pooja Prasanna, you will find me. You can directly message me there. Or every day for this current batch, I'm actually teaching from 7 to 10. After 10, I'll be available. Or you can just go and ask when I'll be available, they'll tell me. Telegram is always there. Don't expect them to give my number, I'm not going to do that. But just through Telegram, you can find me. There you can just send your queries. And also for offline students, they can come and show answers every day. For online students, you can scan and send on Telegram. That you can do. Okay. Anything else? Any doubt? Fee structure. Fee structure is 32,500. You know this? 10% discount. When is the last date? I don't know. 25th, 10% discount. Okay. That's my discount. See? Be happy, no? Reasonable rate. If you go to Delhi, you know how much is the rate? 50 plus. 50 plus here is Bangalore, so it's less. Somebody is telling price for you. He is hoping that you all clear. So I've convinced the message. I think that's it. Otherwise, they're talking all nonsense now. So let's end the class then. Subsequently, other students also have to come. Is there any doubt? Anyway, I'm going up. If you have to talk something out, you can come there. Okay? I'll see you. I hope to see some face at least. Let's see. Okay? 20th. See you then.